the grand end-of-the-century Great Exhibition of London. Surely there is not a soul who has failed to hear of it. Wondrous new works of culture and industry from every corner of the globe had converged on Hyde Park, welcoming over 50 million visitors. The last great hurrah of this century. Astonished and delighted people of all nations, and ended on a note of resounding success. But as regards to the terrible catastrophe that occurred during the festivities, very few are aware my friend Mr. Herlock Sholmes had a hand in unraveling the matter. For from the shadows, it was he who earnestly unearthed the facts of the case. And like the centerpiece of the Great Exhibition, which rose high into the skies of Hyde Park, Sholmes's brilliant deductions, as clear and lofty as the Crystal Tower itself, brought the truth to light.
We're here at the showground of the Great Exhibition, which is absolutely packed with people. The weather is unusually fine, and we're about to witness a most extraordinary scientific experiment.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 20th century will see steam engines and electrical power dominate the world. Horse-drawn carts will give way to the motor car. Ships will sprout wings and take to the skies. And today, we showcase even more advanced technology, a glimpse into the future. A world first, a demonstration of my super high voltage instantaneous kinesis machine!
Okay, I look forward to it.
A man will literally be disassembled by a pulse of high voltage electricity and beamed to another location.
Excuse me, what? What?
Whereupon his body will be reassembled by a series of complex calculations exactly as it was before.
Okay, okay. I'll keep an open mind. Don't tell me he's gonna be dead in a minute.
In but a few moments from now, this gentleman will, in the blink of an eye, complete an incredible journey through the air. To arrive an instant later on the Crystal Tower behind you!
On it? What do you mean, on it?
Yes! Whoa!
Well, he looks excited.
Yes!
Are you okay?
No! Please! That's not what I wanted!
Props to the voice actor.
Rona, are you listening?
Oh, sorry, what was that, Iris?
Huh. Oh, what's the matter with you? You've been miles away all morning. Didn't you like what I cooked for breakfast?
No, that's not it at all. What were we talking about again?
Today's paper is full of news about the Great Exhibition again.
Ah yes, the Great Exhibition. I'd like to go sometime.
You're really not your usual self today. You seem very down. Don't you agree, Hurley?
Oh. Did you say something, Iris? This is now after the first case, right?
Oh gosh, you're even more down.
Sholmes? When did you arrive, Mr. Naruhodo? I've been here for about half an hour already. We had breakfast together. What? Why didn't you mention it before? I thought you might have known I was here, you know, because breakfast? Iris is quite right. You're clearly lacking in vim. So much so that I didn't notice your presence. Thanks. Of course, I could deduce the reason perfectly well with some simple observations. What? Let's see, yes, for example, your tousled hair this morning with all its unruly spikes. Clearly, it can be deduced therefore that... let me stop you right there, Mr. Sholmes, because I think I can see where this is going. My hair always looks like this, it always has, ever since we first met, in fact. Oh really? How interesting. It just doesn't look like a haircut as such, I suppose. Thanks again. It crossed my mind recently that it's been 6 months now.
6 months?
Since I was forbidden from walking in court.
Hey, when did this happen?
When was I forbidden from walking in court? Huh? So I've been wondering how much longer I'm going to be banned.
Oh, well, that would explain why you seem rather glum. Don't you agree, Hurley?
Did you say something, Iris? Back to moping. What's the matter with Mr. Sholmes today? He seems even more down in the dumps than me.
I know, and the Great Exhibition has opened. You'd think he'd be excited. Oh, why don't we all go to see it together?
I want to, of course I do, but I can't. Not for the time being. Why not? Why not? Why not? Because I'm a great detective after all. So you're embroiled in some tricky case that you can't be distracted from, is that it?
I don't remember hearing that you're working on a case, Hurley.
I suppose I should try to find out what's going on. Okay. By looking around or by talking? Nothing seems to be out of order though. Are you investigating a particularly tricky case at the moment, Mr. Sholmes? You could say that, I suppose. Nothing more to add? That's not like you. What sort of case is it? Shush! Quiet, Mr. Naruhodo. We must not discuss it here. You never know who might be listening.
You're acting very strangely, Hurley.
What do you mean, Iris?
Usually. The more mysterious and complicated the case is, the better Hurley's mood.
Ah.
Is it really a case that's bothering you?
Iris, please, you mustn't exercise your astute powers of observation and deduction on me without invitation. Remember that I always say, put yourself in the shoes of the individual about whom you're making deductions. You say that always? You say that, do you? You, Mr. Sholmes? Never mind, once I've had a cup of tea, I must make my way at once to the crime scene. That was a deep sigh. Half a year ago now, I took on the defense of a young girl in a trial heard at the Old Bailey. What at first seemed like a simple case of murder that took place at a London pawnbrokery turned out to be one part of a much more far-reaching plot that involved the British government. During the course of this trial, it was found that I made an unavoidable, yet at the same time unforgivable mistake. Oh. Wait, what mistake did I make? Is it about the first case in the first game? Because I didn't make a mistake. If someone made a mistake, it was the prosecution, because it's the prosecution's job to prosecute people, not me. I'm just defending people.
What's fair me? This situation is utterly deplorable, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes, my lord.
I will decide upon your fate following the conclusion of this trial.
Of course, my lord. In the end, I had my right to represent people in court revoked. I was told I had to spend my time in research and study, so that's what I've been doing.
You have, haven't you, Runo? Reading all those big fat tomes about British law up in your room, and then also about Sholmes's old cases.
Brewing Iris' special blends of tea, fetching my daily bread for me. Hey, you've become something of a manservant around here. Start on the silverware next, Master Naruhodo. That hurts. Well, I'm thinking of going to ask the powers that be to reconsider. Specifically Lord Strongheart at the British Supreme Court on Whitehall.
Lord Strongheart?
Ah, the delightful Lord Chief Justice, not my favorite fellow. He's not mine either, but he's the man I have to talk to. He's the only one who can grant permission for me to start working in the courts again. I came to Britain to become the best lawyer I could, and I can't do that just sitting around here. Or was it that my assistant tampered with the crime scene? Is that the punishment for that? I mean, I didn't know about that, so why is it my fault? It's not my fault. The whole of London has been swept up in this great exhibition, hasn't it? The most advanced science, the most modern technology, the finest works of art and feats of engineering. For the next 6 months, our capital will be showcasing these things, and the world will be watching.
Oh, do you think what I'd like to do? I'd like to look down on London from one of those lovely balloons.
Look down on? Do you mean those things? Fly?
Yes, of course. They fly high in the sky and don't even need wings to do it. All you need is hot air.
But how? How does hot air have anything to do with flying? It makes no sense. I can't understand it at all.
That's true of a lot of new scientific discoveries. Most people can't understand them at first. But in 100 years' time, all these things will be just common knowledge.
I suppose they might be.
Mind you, some of the science being demonstrated seems very questionable. Something went wrong on the open experimentation stage yesterday. Apparently, there was a huge explosion. Still, I wish I'd seen it though. I'd love to see how bad some of these scam experiments really are.
Says the innocent 10-year-old girl. See here, every page of this paper carries some article or other about the Great Exhibition. But the brighter things shine, the darker the shadows that are cast behind them. Personally, I find myself drawn to the darkness, to the impenetrable. This is my proper atmosphere. Okay. Shadows cast behind. Is that a metaphorical way of referring to the back page of the paper? What? That was it? The Reaper attacked. What? Ruffians aim to intimidate a man of justice. Lord Van Zieks and compatriot cornered. Lost cat? No. The Great Exhibition of all nations. It's like a world exhibition. First test of matter transport device. Every article on the front page is news about the Great Exhibition. Public experiments to demonstrate brand new scientific ideas, cultural exhibits from around the globe. It's also positive and hopeful about the coming century. We must all go to see it properly before too long. Lost cat? So many glowing reports about the Great Exhibition and everything that's going on there, other than this rather gloomy looking one that is... Wait, what?
What's the matter, Runo?
The cat was lost. Oh, I mean, the Reaper attacked. That's Lord Van Zieks. This must be what Mr. Sholmes was talking about. Does he know any more, I wonder? I wanted to look at the lost cat though. Okay, I think for a moment it was clearer. Oh. What does it say? Prosecutor Barak van Zieks came under threat. Heavily armed assailant, knives and pistols, the sight of his companion of blackguards, reporter to the police of crimes. Great exhibition, the city, blah blah blah, have such occurring in its Chief Justice's office. Response to this latest incident. Fiery ball gown sets dance hall ablaze. Ultimate Gas Company. French court hears glass eye case. Interesting. The Reaper attacked. It says in the paper that Lord Van Zieks was attacked. That's terrible. You know the legend of the Reaper of the Bailey, of course, don't you? Only too well, in fact. Yes, Prosecutor Barak Van Zieks. They say that if the Reaper is the prosecutor in a case, there's no salvation for whoever's in the dock. Even if the defendant is found not guilty. Once the Reaper has someone in his sights, one way or another, that person's time left on this earth will be short. London's finest rogues always find ways around the law. They'll stop at nothing to secure an acquittal at trial. Falsifying evidence, paying sham witnesses, threatening jurors, bribing judges. But even such devious tactics as these cannot save them from the hand of the Reaper. As you've experienced yourself, haven't you, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes. I've seen the Reaper's retribution at work. Many of these criminal rogues are reckless and quite unafraid to die. If a leader among their fraternity is seen to have been taken by the Reaper, retaliation like this does occur. Really, the capital has a never-ending supply of such scoundrels? So, do you mean Lord Van Zieks has been attacked like this before? This isn't the first time? He's quite an accomplished combatant, you know? He doesn't take these attacks lying down. Although, it seems that his assailants were armed with guns this time. Oh my goodness, is he alright then? Is Lord Van Zieks hurt? My dear fellow, how on earth would I know?
Well, in the article here it says, as to what of Lord Van Zieks and his condition, all will be revealed in tomorrow's morning edition.
Ah, I see. Well, we shall have to be patient then. No, I can't wait until tomorrow. In that case, you shall have to inquire with somebody in the know. But who? Lord Strongheart, perhaps? Great excuse to visit Lord Strongheart. Oh! Well, I must be leaving now. Yes, understood. See you later, Mr. Sholmes. You really are a shameless liar sometimes, my dear fellow. What? You seek to put me off my guard and follow me, don't you? Well, you would be wasting your time. The thought hadn't crossed my mind, but now I'm wondering where you're going. Well then, see you later indeed. Listen to him, he's still laughing on his way out of the door. Oh! Wow, that's the first time. Wow! What is this outfit? For your hair? Okay.
Alright then, Will, let's get going.
Oh, Iris, what are you wearing?
I've got changed to go to the Great Exhibition. You're going to take me?
What? But I was just about to go to the Supreme Court.
Oh, well that sounds fun too. You're going to take me there then?
Alright, fine. Just don't threaten me with the gun, would you?
Of course, and after the Supreme Court, then we'll go to see the Great Exhibition.
Sounds good. Lord Chief Justice's office. It's been about 6 months now since I was last here, but some things never change, like the sense of foreboding I always seem to feel in this place. Iris? It doesn't seem to be bothering Iris at all though, she's happily reading over there.
Oh, I love this place. I always find so many interesting books here.
Of course, I was forgetting that you've been here before. Time we came here 6 months ago. When Susato-san was given the news that she was to return to Japan. I understand you wish to speak with me. Oh, Lord Strongheart, I trust you've been keeping well. Let's see, since you arrived and requested an audience, it's been 4 hours 32 minutes and 26 seconds. I've kept you waiting a while, my apologies. Oh no, not at all. I like nothing more than standing around staring into space. Don't be such a pushover. Good to know. No. Good to know that doesn't appear to bother him at all. Mayor Strongheart, Lord Chief Justice of London. He's the man who allowed me to start practicing as a defense lawyer when I arrived. You need only savor the air for a moment in this grand office to understand his preeminent status. As you will be aware, the Great Exhibition of London is now underway at last. We're extremely busy as a result, policing the grounds, guarding the new technologies, dealing with petty crime. And furthermore, as of next month, we shall open the International Forensic Science Symposium. Oh, I've not heard about that. Investigating authorities from 40 countries around the globe will be taking part, including from your own land. Oh. Forensic science is the future, the world must embrace it. As we're the hosting nation, I have much to do. And it is my highest priority. If others must wait for my attention as a result, so be it. Well, that's nice to know where I stand. So, you wish to consult with me? Of course, I can very well imagine what this is about. Thank you for agreeing to this meeting, my lord. I want to be allowed to start working as a defense lawyer again, but that's what brought me here today. Not Mr. Van Zieks. But naturally, there's something else playing on my mind as it happens.
Ryuno, just take a deep breath and come out with it.
Okay. Iris? I hope Strongheart won't be angry that I brought Iris, because last time he was like, who allowed you in my office, Iris? Small child. Something. Hey, where's Prosecutor Van Zieks? I actually came here today to ask for your permission. Go on. 6 months ago, my right to work in court as a lawyer was revoked, and I was told to spend my time studying. Obviously, I'm very sorry for what happened, but the thing is, it made me understand what it really means to defend somebody under the rules of a foreign justice system. And I desperately want to have another go. Please, permit me to enter the courtroom again. Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, here it comes. I'm sure you haven't forgotten your position here, have you? At best, you are a substitute for your compatriot. This was never your intended role. Well, that's true. The Japanese government actually sent my best friend on this study tour, not me. It should have been Kazuma. He was so determined to bring change to our own justice system at home. That was his calling. If that tragic accident hadn't happened, I wouldn't be here in this office now. Mr. Azuki was my best friend, you see. That's why I can't leave it unfinished. I have to fulfill his calling for him. His calling, you say? Has it never occurred to you that perhaps you know nothing of his true calling? How can you say that? I was his best friend, okay? And what do you know about him? You don't know nothing. Sorry? The mission with which that young law student was charged. What do you suppose it really was? Huh? Do you know something else that I don't know? What do you mean? Mission? He's not making any sense. Never mind. I've read all the reports you've submitted over the past 6 months. It's clear to me that you regret your actions and have been studiously obeying your revised instructions. Do you mean... As of this moment, I reinstate your license to practice law here in Great Britain. Oh, that's great news. Okay, what was that about Kazuma then? Thank you so much.
That's wonderful news, Runo.
In fact, I believe I have the perfect case to mark your comeback. A curious affair. A new case? You will consider it, I hope.
Of course, please tell me more.
Okay, what about the Forensic Science Symposium? That has to wait.
You described it as a curious affair?
Yes, that's right. I believe it was reported in the press. Are you aware that there was a serious accident at the Great Exhibition yesterday?
Oh, no? Yes, I read about it. A professor from Germany tried to carry out a crazy experiment.
From Germany? I can't see any German like hopping around like he did.
Let me see, how was it described? Super high voltage instantaneous kinesis, I think.
Instantaneous kinesis? As in moving things with a click of the fingers?
That's right. It's just what my herbal blends need, a dash of devil may care.
Whatever the serious accident was exactly, it's clearly captured Iris's imagination. It's an unfortunate business. A large explosion engulfed the public experimentation stage and a man lost his life. A certain Mr. O.D. Asman, an investor and a well-known figure in society.
A large explosion? A man died?
The man responsible for the experiment was Professor Albert Hairbrain. Hairbrain. Okay, but that is not a German name at all. He was detained immediately after the incident and is due to appear in court tomorrow. On a charge of murder.
What?
Murder? If you intend to take on his defense, you should hurry to meet with him at the prison. There's very little time left for you to carry out any kind of investigation. The Great Exhibition, a scientific experiment gone wrong, and murder? I feel out my depth before I've even started still.
We should go to the prison straight away then and try to meet with this German professor, don't you think?
Definitely. Oh yes, one more thing about the case. There's a connection with our mutual acquaintance, the Reaper.
Oh,
with Lord Van Zieks? How? He doesn't want to tell me, okay. All sorts of conferences have been taking place around the world to coincide with the Great Exhibition. And next month, the largest and most important of them all will take place at last. The International Forensic Science Symposium. It does seem as though It does seem that as though criminal investigation needs to embrace scientific methods, doesn't it? Exactly. London, the global epicenter of culture, science and wealth, now has a population exceeding 6 million. Sadly, crime in the capital is growing at a similarly startling rate. So it's imperative that we use the latest scientific methods to investigate and resolve cases as efficiently as possible. Which is what's known as forensic science, isn't it? Exactly, the future of policing. Regrettably, however, Britain is currently dragging its feet when it comes to the adoption of forensic methods. Oh dear, that's alarming. Exactly, it's extremely alarming. Iris, are you okay? If I were Her Majesty's Attorney General, you can be sure the numbers of crimes committed and resolved in London would be very different to the current figures. And I can cite 12 solid arguments and 223 individual reasons to support my claim. Holy crap. Sorry? By way of apology for keeping you waiting earlier, I shall detail everyone now. What?
Oh, how fascinating.
It all began 15 years ago. I was on my youth and it was great and that was my younger years and I was great and super duper and that more or less sums up my feelings on the matter in the simplest of terms, of course. Essentially to formally establish a forensic investigation division within Scotland Yard. That is my mission. Oh, right, yes, that's wonderful. Exactly. Wonderful is precisely what it will be. Iris isn't paying attention at all. She's got her nose in another book now.
Oh, is it over? Did you learn anything useful?
I actually drifted off for the most part. He's surprisingly ardent about forensic science. We should, connect him with Mr. Sholmes. Can we ask about... Oh, I need to present something, right? Van Zieks. Oh, that reminds me, have you seen this? The reports of the overwhelming success of the Great Exhibition, of course. No, not that, the story on the back page. What story? The Reaper attacked, that. You've enjoyed some victories in court against my #1 prosecutor, have you not?
Poor Mr. Reaper. What happened to him? He wasn't killed, was he?
There's no need for concern. Lord Van Zieks would not be so easily dispatched, I assure you. Can you tell us what happened? I'd really love to know. Very well. If it interests you. It does. Strangely. Fortunately, Lord Van Zieks emerged from the attack unscathed. Street ruffians are no match for that man. He's a very capable fighter. But that's incredible. They were armed with guns. Why was he attacked though? Do we know? It's related to events that occurred a month ago. A leader of one of the capital's crime organizations was indicted and prosecuted by Van Zieks. But the man was acquitted. I have no doubts large sums of money were involved behind the scenes. Large sums of money? A deplorable situation. Members of the jury were bribed, it seems. However, despite winning his freedom, the man in question met a dramatic end yesterday. Yesterday? But you're not suggesting that was the work of the Reaper, surely? The victim's henchman certainly seemed to think so. He was a man by the name of Asman, Mr. Odi Asman. Wasn't he the investor? Wasn't he the investor? Odious man. Perished in the explosion. Did you say Asman?
That's the man who died in the big explosion at the Great Exhibition.
Yes, known publicly as an investor, but in reality, the head of a significant criminal organization. Unbelievable. I wonder, could I ask you something, Lord Strongheart? Try me. Why do you use Lord Van Zieks as a prosecutor? All the criminals who manage to get off in court then meet with mysterious ants outside the courtroom, and fearful of that fate, they seek to strike at Lord Van Zieks first. I know there's no evidence that he actually is the Reaper in that sense, but still, something's clearly going on here. I have Van Zieks work for the prosecution service for 2 reasons. Firstly, the man is the best prosecutor in the capital, bar none. And secondly, any deaths of criminals that have occurred outside the courtroom following his trials are nothing to do with him. But that doesn't make any sense. How can you explain the way so many have died if not by someone's hand? Van Zieks may have earned himself the moniker of the Reaper, but he is no killer. And he will continue to prosecute on behalf of the Crown. Unless he wishes otherwise, of course. Well, I must be leaving for my next engagement. I don't think Van Zieks is a killer either. Maybe there's some shadow organization, like a fan club of Van Zieks, who just wants the criminals like punished. Like they see, oh, Van Zieks has lost a trial and they wanna make it right again or something, like fanatics who are fans of Mr. Van Zieks. That is one of my theories, but that's crazy. And that's the reason why he retired from court, because he does not want to see innocent people die, I guess. I'm already 11 hours and 16 minutes late. My colleagues may be starting to fidget. 11 hours late? That's quite something. That meeting had already started when I arrived back here for this engagement with you. So lateness was inevitable. Time stops for no man. I'm sure it stopped for me during those 12 solid arguments and 223 reasons. Oh yes, where would I find Lord Van Zieks now? I would assume he's at his office. Right, I'll go and ask him about the attack in person. I want to get this straight from the horse's mouth. Away with you now. I'm leaving Professor Hairbrain's defense entirely in your hands. Of course, yes. Thank you very much, my lord.